Alrighty, so we're here with a construction update on Alpen Fury. It is progressed rapidly. So since I last left you guys off, a lot is going on. In fact, right behind me in this tunnel, they are testing Alpen Fury's train moving forward and backward on the LSMs with the actual LSMs themselves. So no more pushing it manually. They are working on getting that train moving in the tunnel and programming the transfer track. So that's really exciting. Over in the station area, Brendan outside the park is going to show you guys some very close-up shots, but Brendan in the park is going to take you on a tour of the current construction site. So behind me, or behind the camera, the station is progressing with the railings being put alongside the station perimeter. So Kenny's going to turn the camera towards the station for you guys. I'm going to continue to talk. But they're currently working on installing the electrical for the op booth, which you guys may not be able to see on this camera, but outside the park, Brendan will insert some footage for you guys. So they're currently working on installing what looks like the electrical, the fan for the op booth, and the op panel is actually installed already. Over to the launch, Kenny will just turn the camera over to the launch there. They've installed the actual piping for the cooling system, so it's an air-cooled system for our LSMs on Alpen Fury. And they are also working on the queue line, and they have been installing lights on the brake run for Alpen Fury as well. So a lot going on in the station, but the more exciting news, we'll take you over there and show you guys in a second, is the ride's grout is fully complete, along with almost fully torqued. So they're just finishing up the last maybe 10% of the ride's torquing, but we're very close to full circuit testings, and Brendan outside the park is going to show you some signs that are posted along the ride. Some even better news to share with you guys is the crew that was working on the double inverted top hat is officially done, and they've gone home. Their ropes are removed. And this is some exciting news. If I don't have testing footage for you guys tonight, it's probably going to be testing in the next couple of days. So get ready for that.
You're sounding a lot happier.
The crew is officially done on the double inverted top hat. Alrighty, so we are over in the Extreme Skyflyer element area, as well as the stall and the ice winder roll. Hopefully the audio comes out okay because there's music blasting behind me. But outside of park, Brendan is going to insert footage right now of the completed grout that was remaining on Alpen Fury. There is a little bit of torquing left to do at some of the bases of the support columns. So we just got to get some of those fully torqued before we can see full circuit testing. But for the most part, the ride is about 95% complete, fully torquing. Obviously that doesn't include the torquing that they're going to have to do after the ride opens, and the continuous torquing that's going to have to take place once the ride opens and continues its cycles. But we are inching very close to full circuit tests, running very often, so stay tuned because that could happen as early as this weekend. So we are down to the last couple days, I think personally, before we start seeing Alpen Fury trains running its full circuit testing. But who knows, maybe Amusement Insiders will load testing footage before we upload this video. We are staying tuned to the launch tunnel as they're programming that launch and the transfer track. So stay tuned for more. So an interesting little tidbit, a little correction to some information we have said in a previous video. It does appear that the camera will be right there on that wooden pole, similar to Yukon Striker. So they've definitely hooked up an electrical box to that pole and a lot of electrical down there. So it looks like they're going to take their photo on the entrance into the Extreme Skyflyer elements. Outside of that, as you guys can see here, a lot of the grouting has been done. Here is some future lampposts and other electrical, probably for an event, because as you can see here, this is going to be an events space. So right now the Food and Wine Festival is being housed in the Alpen Fury Extreme Skyflyer Loop area. But yes, outside of that, we have our fully grouted footings in this area. But as you can tell, they're not fully torqued. But some of them are. So as you can see, starting right here at this footing, all the way around, those ones are fully torqued. The Icewinder roll, which by the way, this is such a beautiful angle of Alpen Fury and it's gorgeous shaping. The stall looks absolutely amazing. The Icewinder roll looks absolutely amazing. But as you can see here, there are definitely some more torquing to do. So these ones are not fully torqued along the Icewinder roll and the stall where they were working. So very exciting. We're definitely getting closer. So stay tuned for some more updates about Alpen Fury as we go through the day today. So as you can see on the other end of the stall and Icewinder roll, this area is fully grouted and fully torqued as well. So we are down to just that other side of the Icewinder roll and stall that needs to be fully torqued before the ride can open. So definitely good news. They could probably finish that first thing tomorrow morning. Alrighty, I had to add some to the video. So outside of the park, Brendan is taking over now. As you can see here, they had to make some welds to get these bars through the track. Really weird, don't know why that had to be done, but it was conduit and they were running it to the brakes. It looked like they were running it to the brakes, so it's interesting. Not quite sure what that is. They also cut these holes in this giant steel beam that goes over the queue line. I don't know if that's going to be for drainage, that it'll then have pipes, or what it's going to be for. But yeah, definitely interesting that there's these last minute modifications being made to the ride, but this does happen a lot, and that I can assure you. That this is a common practice where they make modifications to a ride, but we usually don't get to see it because the rides are built in winter, but we're getting to see it firsthand. So yes, some things seem weird, but they're not. But yeah, here they are making modifications before our eyes to Alpen Fury, delivering conduit to the back end of the brake run, or the middle section, sorry, cutting holes in this section as well. I do have vehicle movement to show you guys just after this, so stay tuned if you've been waiting for that. But yeah, they've added drive tires to the brake run as well. I don't know if that's to assist in getting the train to the station quicker than the gravity, or if that was always the case. It looks like it was always going to be the case. But yeah, they added in these afterwards, as well as adding the lights and speakers to the brake run. So definitely exciting. They're using the same lights that they use on every ride now. It'd be cool to see some themed lights add, but I guess not. We're never going to get a lighting package at Wonderland. But yeah, that guy's from Premiere. He's pretty cool. Awesome to see him at the park every day, all day, working and checking in on the ride. The blue train is still in the station. The orange train is fully put together in the main launch tunnel and moving forward and backwards. So definitely exciting. Guy down there with the laptop programming. So very good news, very good sign. The ride, like Grace Peacock has said, will test this week, probably by the end of the week. And don't worry, guys, we have 2 drones ready to go and a bunch of people on standby ready to record the day that this starts testing. So you will get to see footage. I have a whole team ready to go while I'm on vacation. And I'm super excited. As you can see here, just a lot of work on the brake run. You had a mixture of Wonderland maintenance and tech and construction crew from Hartwell and all that. So still a lot of work, but again, we are in the final stretch. And when you look at the station and all the work that's been done, you can definitely tell the op booth's in. The op booth's getting decorated now. The conduit's in the station. They're putting the fan in the op booth. They're painting. They're actually building the queue line now. That's really exciting. And yeah, so speakers and lights are in. The actual cooling system has been fully hooked up. And yeah, so here's that shot of the op booth. And I hope they don't just paint it brown, because the brown's getting a little redundant in this station building. It's a little overused. It's starting to look very barn-like. And Yeah. So here you can tell they've put up the fencing that I discussed with Yukon and other rides when we knew they were going to test. You see this fencing going up around the ride, and it says ride testing. So danger due to ride testing, do not enter. And that is surely what has started. So in the mountain, you'll see in the following videos the vehicle testing. So they do a lot of moving forward and backward. You can see some of that rock work that's been installed. Sorry for the footage being so shaky. It is really hard using max zoom so far in there with such poor lighting. So if you want this good footage here, you have to put up with a little bit of that shakiness and re-finding the object to film. So just that clarity. But yeah, so super exciting to catch on camera. This is him. I don't know if he is in there with a laptop. You might see him. He's programming the train just sliding forward and backward continuously. Tomorrow we'll probably see a lot more movement, or him in the station programming the station portion of the vehicle movement as well. And then you'll probably see this ride fully testing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Or Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then so on. But it's definitely going to start sometime later this week. And yeah, so I'm going to cut this for a second while I go into the Mindbuster update. So here is a Mindbuster update from the weekend. I had drone footage from today, and it was downloaded on my phone, but to get ready for the trip and to have a full clear cache for filming purposes, I accidentally deleted the footage of the drone footage on my phone because I handed the drone to someone else to take over filming for the next week. So just to let you guys know, I'll give you an update with what's going on the screen, but give you an update with what was on the drone. The steel topper track, or the running rail, sorry, has been fully installed on top and 95% installed running along the sides there. So it is nearly completed. And as you can see, they're about to get the fence back up. So definitely very close to finishing. And then they obviously have to clean up, which will be a pretty big task in itself because, you know, this is a wood coaster. There's a lot of wood and a lot of debris. But yeah, Mindbuster is nearing completion. And we should start seeing testing like very soon, if I'm not mistaken, unless there's something else that they need to do, but visually speaking, it is essentially done. The trains are built and constructed in the storage building, ready to go. So essentially, as soon as they're done and they get the clearance from TSSA and all that, they can start running this ride. And yeah, so Mindbuster's pretty close to at least test runs taking place sometime soon. They probably have to do anywhere from like 1,000 to 2,000 cycles on her. But yeah, it was really cool to see the Gravity Group engineered pre-cut stamp all over this. It looks great. I can't wait to ride this. The shaping of those hills looks absolutely amazing. When you guys see that first airtime hill after the drop, it is so much taller now, and such better shaping than it was previously. Than it previously had. So I'm really excited for that airtime on that first airtime hill, and just having that drop slightly better shaped as well. I'm just really excited. Mindbuster is going to be a great ride. It's already such an amazing ride. So to have it fully refurbed on this half, it's great. And as you can see, there are more survey markings, and if you've noticed, you've been looking at the clips, they follow Mindbuster's layout. So again, just something to keep an eye on. You can see it on the support further up ahead as well. So these things make a lot more sense now as you see them. The drink stand in Planet Snoopy is very close to opening as well. So that's awesome. They definitely needed a drink stand in the kids area, so this is a much needed addition. But yeah, let's get back to AlpenFury trains testing. Have a good one, guys. Bye.